Welcome back to Frontline News. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. It's now time for Frontline Business. The central bank is reporting a 15.5% increase in credit from deposit-taking institutions to businesses and households for the 12-month period ending September. Bank of Jamaica Governor Richard Byles says this is broadly consistent with the level of growth in this area since the start of the year. The increase coincided with a reduction in rates on local currency loans. Meanwhile, the BOJ has decided to hold the policy interest rate at 0.5%. The central bank says this is based on its current assessment that monetary conditions are generally appropriate to support the achievement of the inflation target of 4 to 6% over the next 8 quarters. The inflation target was set by the government to facilitate a faster pace of economic growth. Meanwhile, the Bank of Jamaica is reporting that net remittance inflows grew by $19.8 million between January and August. The central bank says this reflected an increase of 2.3% in remittance inflows, partially offset by a 9.8% rise in outflows. Chairman of the Economic Growth Council, Michael Lee Chin, is criticizing the government for failing to divest underperforming assets. He says the reluctance is causing lower than expected economic growth. Kimberly Broderick has more in this report.
The Economic Growth Council recommended that the Factories Corporation of Jamaica and the Urban Development Corporation divest $30 billion worth of assets. But Chairman of the Economic Growth Council, Michael Lee Chin, argues that he's only been getting excuses from the government.
The EGC has been in several meetings with the UDC, and there has been some reluctance to divest particular assets. Over the past 3 years, we have heard every single excuse under the sun as to why important and substantial assets like Dunn's River Falls are kept and not divested. There are ways to divest and still maintain Jamaican control.
Mr. Lee Chin noted that some assets are better managed in the private sector. He used the National Commercial Bank as an example.
NCB was a government divestiture in 2002. Since then, the government has received over $570 million in corporate taxes from NCB alone. So that's the power of divestiture.
Kimberly Broderick, Frontline Business.
In Friday's trading session, the JSE Combined Index declined by 284.25 points to close at just under 500,000 units. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 64 stocks, of which 36 advanced, 17 declined, and 11 traded firm. The junior market index advanced by 14.52 points to close at just over 3,000 points. Stocks advanced for 138 Student Living, 1834 Investments, Access Financial, Barita Investments, and Berger Paints. Stocks declined for Caribbean Cement, Siboney Group, Derriman Trading, Dolphin Cove, and Express Catering. Trading firm were AMG Packaging and Paper, Cargo Handlers, Everything Fresh, JMMB Group 5.75%, and JMMB Group 7.50%. Sagicor Select Funds Financial was the volume leader with over 8 million units, followed by Wigton Wind Farm with over 4.2 million units and Lasco Distributors with over 4 million units. And news in oil. Oil prices fell on Friday, pulling back from 2-month highs as concern over U.S.-China trade talks overshadowed expectations of an extension to OPEC Plus production cuts. Brent crude futures shed 40 cents to settle at $63.57 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude futures went down 81 cents to settle at $57.77 a barrel. And that's it for Frontline Business. I'm Sasha Lee Hamilton. Pleasant viewing.